And welcome back, you quiz fans, because now it is time who we're going to call... Soapbusters! Soapbusters we are, because we're going to test out these victims on the stage. We've got Chris, who is an ardent soapy. We've got Fiona, of course, from Home and Away and Prisoner. And we have Mary, who we have nominated from the audience, who we believe to be geet clever as anything. So, first of all, we're going to start with the question. Woman, how are you? What's the next one? 2-1.
Chris, at what time would you expect dinner to be served in the Carrington household in Dynasty?
At 8 p.m. sharp.
Oh, he's right again. Right. So let's say the third one to take a 3-2 lead.
What's the name of your favourite soap opera?
Mary?
Cell Blockage.
Oh. Crawler! 3-2. You've got to get this right to equalise. Okay, here we go.
Right, Chris, how many packets of pork scratchings does the Rovers Return sell in a week?
Ooh. Well, they only sell about 5 or 6 because they've gone up market and they don't stock them very much. They only stock one.
I'm afraid packet. You're wrong, Chris.
Oh, no, he's not.
So what I think we should do now, though, is thank Mary for coming up. And my real name is... Dean Sullivan! And you're right. And here he is, Dean Sullivan. Right, Dean. Oh, big lad. Not a small human being.
No, quite tall, really.
You are a bit. Now, the character that you play was a one that they thought was going to be just a short deal. You'd be in for a couple of shows and then out. What do you reckon made him into the one that people would want to stick with?
I think really the way the writers developed the character. Originally, as you said, he was supposed to just come in for a few episodes as a foil, really, for Billy Corkill, who was the main character. Yeah. Just so that Billy would have somebody else to talk to, as it were, in the Corkill's house. And I think they just saw something on the screen and a rapport between the two characters, and they thought, the writers and the producers thought they could develop that, and that's what happened, basically.
Seems to be a battle of accents, though. Every soap has an accent, like Brookside is the Liverpool. We've got the Australians, which obviously heavily accents, the Americans, American accents, EastEnders, Cockney accents. That's how you got into it, because you thought, with a Scouse accent, there's a chance here.
Well, the first job I had in the professional theatre was with an actor called Rob Spenlow, who played Heather Havisham's first husband. You probably remember that, don't you, Chris? Yeah, Roger Havisham. And he actually said to me that I was in theatre working with him, and he actually said that I should write to Brookside for an audition because they will always look at and give an audition to people with a genuine Liverpool accent. Right. But it's interesting to go back to what you said earlier. The mix of accents on our show is, it's not all Liverpudlian. People make the mistake of thinking, oh, Brookside, because it's set in Liverpool, everyone is a Liverpudlian. It's not true. It's about 50-50, actually. You know, we actually have people like the Farnhams, they're not Liverpudlian at all. They could be from anywhere. Yeah.
All the posh people moved out, though, didn't they?
Which posh people?
All the posh people that you had in Brookside. Are you not lowering the standard now since you became caretaker? And they're all a bit worried about it.
Worried about me, you think?
Because the last programme that I saw, and I'm sure a great many people here as well, did you see Friday Nights? Aye. Aye. There you go, they did. There was a huge Barney going on where Terry was getting into all kinds of stuff, and he spilt the chip pan all over the carpet. Now, you're the caretaker. How are you going to get that out?
I don't know. What's the carpet shampoo called that they use? To get some of that, I suppose.
The thing that you've managed to do is, again, how tall are you? You're...
6'1" and a bit.
And how tall are you, Chris?
5'7", 5'8".
He said it was drab, Brookside. He thought it was quite drab and dowdy.
I don't think so. I heard him say it was one of his favourite soaps.
Right,
as soon as he saw you, he said that. But no, the truth of the matter was, at the very beginning, it was labelled as heavyweight.
That sort of thing. Just as today, and over the last 10 years, it's not been afraid to deal with situations that affect people in their own everyday lives. Just to go back to what you said earlier, and I was actually watching upstairs part 1, and this business about soap operas, we don't like to call ourselves a soap opera. I know that Chris said that they originated, what was it, back in the 30s? Well, in those days, you know, it was a completely different setup. Basically, what was happening was the soap companies were trying to sell their product in an everyday story that was going on.
So they needed a vehicle to do that.
And the genre, as it were, has changed now. And as far as Brookside's concerned, we don't look as a as another Coronation Street, as it were, because they're in a different sort of ball game, as it were. They're sort of aiming towards the light comedy. Our particular programme wants to deal with social issues that people can watch, relate to, and maybe learn something from. So that's the difference between...
They cover issues. Even now you've got the likes of...
So, yes, they'll relate to that straight away, and they will think that you are maybe that sort of a person, as it were, simply because you are in the homes all the time, and they think that they know you.
Can you get credit when you go to shops, you know? will they give you
actually, there was one time I was... doing some Christmas shopping in Liverpool right at the last minute. I always leave everything to the last minute, and I was rushing through Church Street in Liverpool, which is a very busy shopping street, full of all my presents and bags and things, and the number of people who shouted after me, "Hey Jimmy, I hope you paid for them, lad."
Well, the problems of being a mega Charlie, like Dean and Fiona. What about you lot? A lot of you like... What I've actually always wanted to do is to star in a soap opera. I've got the jacket, and Chris, I know, is exactly the same. So tonight, a dream come true. I've got a little story idea that I thought we might try out. So if you have a quick look at your scripts, we're going to bring everybody down with the first ever episode of Let's Get Home and Away from the Neighbours Before We All Die Nasty as an East prisoner of Brooksides Street. So if I can ask my friends to come down. Chris, I need you there. Fiona and Dean, you can... Don't kiss and cuddle him, his ex-wife will get jealous, but if you just hang on over there. We've got scripts, I think, for everybody. Oh, Fiona, go and grab your script, honey, or you'll have knee wards.
Oh, I know.
Right, oh, you're going to stick with us? Give up. Right. You don't sit down yet, Fiona.
Oh, I'm gone. I'm
She's
sorry.
thinking it's prisoner again. Hang on. Let's make her feel at home. Right. Right, so let's get cracking. Hey up, JR, let's lock up Black Puddinwells and go to pub for pint with Obadiah, the crotchety old publican, where Miss Dolly's promised to share a packet of cheese and onion crisps with me.
Why, I'd love to, you all, but there must be some mistake. I promised to take the delightful Miss Dolly to the pudding polisher's ball this evening.
That's exactly... Oh, well, here she comes now with Ernie from the garage.
What, the ball?
No. Are you ready to go to the pub, Dolly? Dean?
Your man.
The ball.
Oh, the ball. I've done the ball. The ball.
Well, we want
Leave
to...
it at Struth. That's right, out of order. I thought we was going to the cafe for some eels and mesh.
Now listen, there's something that I have to tell you all. It's about Walter.
No.
Everything isn't as it should be about his wombat.
Great. Good night, God bless you, and we wish you well. Bye-bye!